It is so important to plan with intention. Listen to what Andrew Compton from Compton Law has to say.
What constitutes a basic estate plan? Okay, most of us think about having a last will and testament and powers of attorney in place, advance directives. Okay, these are documents that help tell us what's going to happen upon my demise or during my incapacity. Some of you might have a living trust as part of your estate plan as well, which can help with probate avoidance, making sure assets stay out of probate if you were to pass away. Any of those alternatives is better than having nothing, okay? Because if you don't, you're looking at potentially a protracted probate process. You're looking at a guardianship or conservatorship for you in the future, okay? So something is better than nothing. So if you're having a hard time thinking about that, procrastinating it, right? Let's get something out on the paper. Let's get it written down. Let's get it properly done. And of course, we could tell countless stories of people that didn't quite do it right and led to problems. So make sure you're doing it the right way. Now is also a good time for you to examine if you've got that estate plan in place or if you're forming one now. Let's make sure that the things that you have, your possessions, your accounts, your investments, and so on, that they are properly lined up with the way your estate plan is structured. I can't stress that enough. You might have a will that says one thing, but my bank account is owned jointly with one of my children, which we typically recommend against. Or I might have a beneficiary on a life insurance policy, I got a whole life policy, or on a retirement account that's different than what my will or my trust says. And many people are under the incorrect assumption that my will or trust will control what happens ultimately with my estate, but that's not correct. If you have beneficiary designations or asset ownership that differs from the way your estate plan is, it could lead to a situation where your estate goes to people other than who you intended, right? And it can cause infighting. In the worst case, it can cause problems and fallout between your heirs, maybe it's children, or it can just lead to confusion. So I want to say, look at that, right? If you haven't looked at that in a while, let's look at who your beneficiary designations are. Let's look at how assets are owned if you're looking at avoiding probate.